I caught feelings for Shorty. Yeah, come to find out, in her hood, she was like the hood thought. It's about to be a situation. It's about to be a situation. It's about to be a situation. Cause it's about to be a situation. It's about to We're gonna talk about Special K. So I'm gonna put you on who's Special K. Special K was very special. She was a chick where I met her off a wife beater. Remember the dude I told you, wife beater? Yeah. So I met her off a wife beater. Me and him, we used to always like bring chicks to his crib. If he had a chick, he would make sure she got a friend for me. If I had a chick, I would make sure I have a friend for him. This was when we was younger, like 2021. It was a couple years ago. He had talked to some chick and he had brung a next chick. And when he brung the next chick, she looked sophisticated. She came in looking good, you know what I'm saying? Carried herself well, presentable, So I'm looking at her like I'm feeling her out. And at first I wasn't gonna talk to her. Because I was on some shit like she wasn't really giving me the vibe like she wanted to talk. Yeah. Like he was doing him and we was all in the room and I would say certain things, but she was saying stuff, but it was like I don't know if she was trying to act like she was shy or if she was shy. I don't know, but she wasn't really giving me play like that. It was like I don't know. She don't look like she probably interested, so I don't even know if I'm gonna try. I was on the computer and he was like, he said something to her friend like, "Yo, why your friend acting shy with my mans?" That's what he said. Then she's like, she's right there, so she hearing it. She's like, "I'm not shy. If you want to talk, let him talk. I'm right here. If you want to talk, like I'm here." So in my head, I'm like, like it's a situation then or whatever, like because she not even like looking like that or, what I'm saying, or a lot of times what they do, like they wait for you to look the other way to look at you, but then when you look that way, they acting like they don't look at you, cause they slick like that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I got right next to her right after that. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, talking to her, and then my boy, wife beater, he was like, yo, he gonna go in the next room. So he going to the next room now. It's just me and her. And I'm just getting to know her. She's like, oh, she's in school. She got a good job. She not really out there like that. She said she more of like a relationship type of person. She just don't talk to any dudes like that. And I'm just like, I feel that. I feel that. And the way she's presentable. So I'm thinking like she looking like she a good girl. You know what I'm saying? Like she had me right there. She had me like I'm thinking, yo, she a good chick. So I'm trying to do me. We start making out and shit, and I'm trying to go inside the pants and shit, and then she's like, no, no, I just met you, at that age, I'm just like, yo, just chill, like, come on, type shit. That's the age where you kind of like you dry bagging a little bit, yeah, kind of like dry bagging, like you like, yeah. Come on, like, yo, stop playing, like, you know what I'm saying, like. It's funny how I'm saying it because it's like, damn, yo, that shit just look like you a fiend, like you fiended out. Yeah, it was more like, yeah, like come on, cause you more thinking not with this head, but you more thinking about that head. So now you thinking like, so at this point I'm just like, yo, like what's up? Like she on some, no, I gotta know you for at least 6 months. Bruh. She hit me with that, yo. I need to know you for 6 months, this and that. Then her friend, they was finishing whatever they was doing. So I'm already we listening to them. The room is right there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? Take my number down. We gonna hit each other up. Da 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 da. So now we get to texting and we get to talking on the phone. We talking on the phone. She's on some, she looking for a relationship. She not out there. Same shit she basically was telling me when I was with her. A dude gotta wait 6 months. And then I'm just like, what if the dude can't wait 6 months? And she's like, well, he not for me. She's saying all the right shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She's saying all the right shit.
And letting you know, like, listen, nigga, it's either this or you disqualified.
Yeah. So I'm taking it like at that point, I'm taking it like I'm believing it. You know what I'm saying? Because like she hasn't shown me anything else other than for me to believe her. We planned the time for her to pull up to my crib. She was like, look, I'm coming to your crib, but we not gonna do nothing. So if you got plans of doing something, it's clip. You know what I'm saying? All of this and that. Yeah. So I'm already kind of like, damn, like it's clip because I'm actually believing her, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I'm still gonna try. She calls me. She's like, "Yeah, I'm outside, whatever, whatever." I met her at the train station. Yo, when I tell you, I still remember what she had on. She had like this that white tight dress, and it was like short, mad short. And I'm looking at her, and she turned around. Yo, when I tell you she had that dress, and she did a spin, and I'm looking, bruh. I looked at her shit. I was like, I did not see that the first day.
Mm.
I did not see what she was working with back there
Nigga was
that day.
panicking.
I was a little panicky. I ain't even gonna lie.
Nigga was
I
panicking.
was panicky. I'm like, I gotta get situated, but I can't really fuck it up. But you know what I'm saying? Like her shit was looking crazy. So she was going up the stairs in front of me, and I remember looking at that shit, and I looked at that shit, and it was like bouncing. Like it was like, and then the shit was lifting up. So I'm like I'm like, yo, your shit coming out yet? Like her ass cheek was coming out. Her shit was so fat, and I was like, yo, your shit coming out. So I put it down, and then she was like, oh, my asshole out. But the way she said it was like, kind of like she knew.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So at
Mm-hmm.
this point, I'm trying to read between the lines. I'm like, oh, she kind of already know. So let me try something, right? I said, let me try something real quick. So I was like, I pulled it down. She's like, oh, my asshole out. And I was like, yeah. And then she was going up the stairs still. And I was like, you know what? I was like, yo, it's coming out again. And I lifted it up. Seen the whole ass. I looked at that shit. She ain't even have no panties on under that shit. I was like,
Nah,
bro,
what?
I looked. I said, oh my God. I said, oh my God. I don't even know what I'm going to do with this. And the plan was to go to the movies. I'm over here looking at her shit, and the way she's talking was like, she's like, no, you can't look at all of that now. Like, it's not the right time. But you came over here in that with no panties on. So I'm already like, it's quiet. Like once we come back from the movies, it's quiet. Like so we go to the movies, we watching the movies. Now we come back to the crib, and she was like, I was not even supposed to spend the night, but it's too late for me to get to the crib. You think I could spend the night? And I was like, yeah, you can spend the night. In my head, I'm like, I'm happy she's spending the night. So she like, all right, you mind if I take a shower? So I was like, oh, she really trying to get her
She's
shit.
ready.
So I'm like, go ahead, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? So she in there.
Nigga said he's a towel.
Hey, I like in the towel, right? So I'm like, yo, go ahead, I got you. So now she come out, and she come back in the towel. She didn't even bring her clothes that she was gonna put back in there in the bathroom with her. So she came in the room with the towel. So I'm like, oh shit, like she trying to get her shit, like she's like, do you have like a shirt I could wear, like a long shirt or whatever? I was like, yeah, I got a shirt you could wear. Yo, I gave her the shirt, and she put the shit right in front of me. My mirror was the same mirror I got right here. I had this mirror for like 15 years. So she in the mirror, she take the towel off, her titties is out. I'm like,
Nigga don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do, but I don't want to look too crazy. Like, yo, come here, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know she's spending the night. So if you spending the night, like I ain't gotta really, you know what I'm saying? So now she's like, I'm looking at, I'm just like, yo, I felt like I hit the jackpot with this one. And then the way she was talking, like she's like, she got a good job, she going to school, this and that. I'm like, yo, this might be a good chick to like fuck with, like you know what I'm saying? That's how I'm thinking at the time.
Mhm.
She laid in the bed, and she looked at me. And she's like, don't try anything because we not doing anything. I told you already. I'm like, I know. In my head, I'm like, yeah, all right.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I don't even think Netflix is out at this point. This was a while ago. We was watching something. I'm making moves. She acting like she like no, no. You know how the girls be playing around. Long story short, nigga, I done hit it. Woke up, hit it again, and then she took a shower. I went in the shower with her, hit it again. It went from 6 months to me hitting it 3 times in less than
12
12
hours.
hours. You know what I'm saying? So in my head, I'm like, that shit was cap. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't mind because I'm just like, she valid. So now look, this is where it start getting tricky, right? We talking or whatever. I noticed every time she was at my crib, she would turn her phone off. And that's what I'm saying. She upgraded from not a thought, but she graduated from like Thot Academy. she kind of knew already, like, let me turn my phone off or whatever the case may be. At this point, I'm not knowing all of this. I'm just thinking she turning her phone off because, it's like respectable or some shit. So now it was this one day and I remember she says, "Oh, can I come to your crib after work?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, you could come to my crib after work." She's like, "Okay, you don't mind me having my work clothes on?" I was like, "Nah, why would I mind? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fine with that." So she came to my crib with some like button up and like a skirt, but like a long skirt, like when
Casual.
casual formal shit, whatever. Like
Yeah.
when your job. So she comes, she looking elegant, she looking nice, we talking and shit. Then I started picking up on little stuff, right? She was sleeping over all the time. I was like, yo, I know she told me she work, and I know she told me she go to school. But a lot of the times, like, weeks passing by, most of the time she was with me.
Mm.
So when is she going to school? And at that time, I don't even think they had like online classes and shit. Like, like you have to physically go to school. And I was like catching on to little shit. Like, she would lie about, before that, she would lie about little shit. She wouldn't lie about nothing big, but it was like the littlest shit she would lie about. And I would be like, why would she lie about that? Like it would be like little stuff, like it would be like something like, I'll ask her like, did you eat? And then she'd be like, yeah, I ate. And then later on, I'll ask her again, like, oh, you, how was the food? What you ate? She's like, oh, I didn't eat. I was like, you told me you ate, right? She's like, no, I didn't tell you I ate. Like shit like that, like shit that didn't even make sense to lie about. Like, it was like, why would you even lie about that? Like, that don't even make sense. It was kind of like a habit of her just lying about little stuff. So she would always be in my crib, and it was like, yo, why she not at work? Why she not at school? And then sometimes she'll get up and she'll be like, I want to go get me some clothes. There was an Old Navy that was down the block. Remember the Old Navy?
Yeah.
And I would be like, all right, let me get ready so I could come with you. She's like, no, 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 it's fine. I'm gonna go by myself. Don't worry about it. I was like, in my head, I'm like, why she telling me that? Like, why she don't want me to go with her? She's like, nah, I want you to get your rest. I'll be right back. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So she'll come back with like slippers and some clothes, but she didn't come back with an Old Navy bag. And I was kind of weird to me, like, why she didn't come back with an Old Navy bag or nothing like that? Like, wherever she was buying shit, she wouldn't come back with nothing. But I didn't really realize that yet,
You didn't pick up on
I didn't pick up on it at that time until like she went again, and I was like, where the bag at? Like, and then she was like, oh no, I threw it out before I got here. I was
who
like,
does that?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, little stuff like that. So I'm kind of like little leery stuff was going on, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, this shit kind of sound kind of funny, like sound kind of sus. So I'm gonna get to the point. This is the crazy part. So I was like, oh, so you go to school, right? What you go to school for, like, again? She was like, oh, she going to school for English or some shit like that. I don't know. And I was like, at this point, I was in college too. So I'm like, oh, what English you taking? She's like, I don't know, the regular English. So in my head, I'm like,
What are you talking about?
yeah, like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about, the regular English? Like, and I was like, what other classes you taking? She was like, oh, math. And I was like, what math? And she'd be like, the regular math. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? I don't get it. Like, what are you talking about? So I'm just like, I'm trying to add shit up. A lot of shit kind of leery, but
Did you check about it? Like, yo, what do you?
it came to the point where she was getting caught and the lies was getting from small to bigger. Now, like, one time I think a nigga called her phone,
Mm.
and I was just like, who that? And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, how you don't know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, we was talking for like maybe like a month, 2 months, but we was chilling like every day. Like, she would come to my house and spend the night for like 3, 4, 5 days straight, go home just to change, maybe chill for like a day or two, come right back, chill with me so it was like she constantly was in my crib. So at this point, I started liking her, because when you chill with somebody
You
for
build
so
an
long,
attachment.
yeah, you build an attachment, you start liking them because like you sleeping with them, you waking up to them, you eating with them, you doing everything with them. We went to the museum together, like, we used to do a lot of stuff together. So at this point, I'm just like, I'm asking like, who was that on the phone, like, and she was like, I don't know who that was, I don't know. So I'm looking at her, I'm like, let me see your phone. So she was like, for what? And then, little arguments here and there. Then I was like, yo,
She acting leery.
she acting hella leery. I'm just like, wait, hold on, she acting kind of leery for real. So now I'm like, I was like, yo, let me see your phone. Stop playing. Like at this point, I'm getting a little mad. You know, like, yo, give me your, let me see your phone. Like, stop playing with me. So then she showed me her phone, and then it was like the nigga name was Michael or some shit. I was like, who that? She's like, this kid that he keep calling me. They always say some shit like that. Some kid that he don't get it. You know, I used to talk to him. He's stalking me or something. Like, you know, they always say something in that sort. Like, I don't like him.
Seem like the nigga a fiend.
Yeah, making it seem like he's a fiend or he was some dude I used to talk to.
Letting you know like he's out of the picture.
Yeah, you know, trying to manipulate you and shit. And I was just like, all right, so then just block him or just don't talk to him or whatever the case may be, whatever. You know, little shit like that was happening. We got into like some deep argument. It got bad at this point. It got bad at this point, and then I was like, yo, do you even go to school? Do you even work? She says, no, I was never in school. I just said that. I said, what else you lied to me about then? She says, I didn't lie nothing about nothing else. That was about it. I said, what about your job? She says, okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was never working. I said, so when you was telling me you was coming to my crib with your work clothes on, you really came with your work clothes on. She said it was work clothes to make it seem like she was going to work. I was like,
nigga, what?
I said, wait, what? Say that again? I said, she said, yeah, she was never working. She lied about going to school. And then she was telling me she was fucking shoplifting at Old Navy. She didn't really have bread. She was broke. She was a broke chick. She was a broke chick that was just I found out after that, I found out from a mutual friend. She was from Brooklyn. I found out that this chick was a thot, like a wild hoe in her neighborhood. She was a hoe in her neighborhood and niggas knew her name. How niggas had a sex tape of her and everything.
And she's sleeping in your crib.
Sleeping in my crib. I'm over here cuffing it, loving it. Museum and all that. Catching feelings for shorty. Niggas talking about they have a video of niggas coming in her face and all of that. I was like, wait, what? So I told her, I'm like, you got videos out there? Like, she was like, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point,
it was canceled.
It got to the point where I told her, like, if you don't tell me the truth, like, I'm just not gonna talk to you, like, at all. Like, you know, so that's when she started confessing everything about the job, about the school. When I told her about the whole coming in the face shit, then she told me the truth. Like, it was some nigga that she fucked with, and the nigga was like, put a blindfold on because he want to get head with a blindfold on, with her getting a blindfold on. And the nigga basically, she was so stupid that she put a blindfold on, and the nigga was recording her the whole time while she had her blindfold on.
No.
So yeah, so
if that was me, nigga, nigga, my heart would sink to my stomach.
Bro, I was hurt, I liked this shorty.
No.
I caught feelings for shorty. Yeah, come to find out, in her hood, she was like the hood thot. All of the things she made it seem how she was. You know, I'm over here thinking she was elegant and all of this, you know, and you know, kind of find out she was doing all of this extra stuff. And then we started talking again because, like, I still liked her. You know, I was, like I said, I was 21, 22. I don't know how old I was, but I was young, I was dumb, and I liked her. So I wasn't an angel myself. I wasn't no saint. I was like, you know what? Like, I was a thot. And I can't really be too hypocritical with her. So I was like, fuck it, like, just stop being a thot. You know what I'm saying? Just stop being a thot. We were still chilling.
I know you looked at her differently. Crazy.
I did look at her differently.
It was not the same.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I liked her, and I overtook those feelings. Like that was in the back of my head. I couldn't trust her. I didn't want to trust her, but I liked her, and I liked it to be with her. Her body, ass was perfect to me. Her shit was. It was a lot of shit that I didn't want to lose. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you a thought, but I didn't want to lose this because she fire, and I'm trying to like thinking I could change her. You know. Now I'm gonna tell you what happened next as far as thinking I could change her. I set her up. And I ain't gonna tell y'all on this one. Y'all gonna have to wait for the next one. This is Special K. Now we gonna talk about Special K and how I set her up on the next one, Special K Part 2. It ain't no setup like getting her jumped or none of that. Don't ever I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like I set her up with one of my mans. And I'm gonna tell y'all how it went. So y'all gonna have to tune in for the next one so you can hear how I set it up. And like I said, this was me when I was younger. I'm not like this no more. You know what I'm saying? This is situations about things that I went through. Whoever knows me knows me. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know me, I'm not no dirtbag like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even engage in meaningless situations like with women. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a lot of homegirls that I respect fully, and they know me. You know? So we're gonna talk about Special K Part 2 on the next one. If y'all ain't already subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit that link, and tune in, because that's how you're gonna find out for the next one. It's about to be a situation. Cause it's about to be a situation.